What is good, guys? Matt from Duality Gaming here, giving you another video. And the rumors of like upgraded console hardware in this generation has continued. We've gone from the fucking Matrix weirdos at Sony to now Microsoft talking about tested prototypes and just kind of upgradable hardware. Going back to the rumor, Phil Spencer was talking. Well, not the rumor. The thing Phil Spencer said about kind of discussing about an Xbox being upgradable. That could have well and truly been true. And the actual reality is, the reason he tried to debunk it is because he didn't want to hit the sales of the Xbox One. Because the thing is, the Xbox One has sold less, so they have more to gain by gaining more sales, whereas Sony can kind of hit their thing a bit more because they have sold more. It's kind of like a PC experience, essentially, how this article talks about it, saying about how you can upgrade your hardware. And so instead of, fucking going and buying a new PS4, which will be bundled with the Matrix, clearly. I'm just on those Matrix jokes today. You'll have upgradable hardware. I don't know how this will be implemented. I don't know if you have to open up your Xbox or you'd have to... Oh no, there's like some weird adapter to it on the side with the USB 3.0. I don't know. I don't work at Microsoft. I feel this would be better, but at the same time, this is going down the same route as Sega, and I have said that on multiple videos, on multiple occasions to multiple people. The fact of the matter is, this is kind of a Sega. The fact that, if you don't know what I mean, what I'm referring to in terms of a Sega released a Sega Genesis, or Sega Mega Drive, that really old console that, competed with the SNES and the NES, yeah, that one. It was a 16-bit console, and during its lifespan, the Saturn kind of took a shit. And the year before that, they released a 32-bit add-on to the consoles to give it more, fidelity. It was the same with the CD add-on to it. The CD add-on obviously being more significant to more data and better sound and whatnot, and just better textures can be held on that. So yeah, that is it. Now I'm just gonna go off and talk about this in a bit of a new way, because this article is actually quite misleading, and I wanted to talk about it more for the misleading side rather than Xbox One. Now, as you know, I don't really own an Xbox. I don't really intend to, because Microsoft they have yet to give me a reason to do it. The reason I got a PS4 was because they were kind of shutting down the last gen. I had to pick a console, and the console that I would have preferred was the PS4. Just more powerful, had better games at the time, still does in my opinion. Obviously, I kind of got pissed off with the Halo series. But anyway, this article is talking, really, it's a very thin thing, and it's a clickbaity thing that a lot of news people do, and I don't like that. Now, just going off the cuff a little bit, obviously, fuck you to every people that want to call them journalists or news websites or whatever that just like to clickbait for views. That is a cunt move. Anyway, going back from that, that's my little rant over. Prototyping variety of different new Xbox ideas. I would like to see Microsoft take a different approach than the Sony approach, instead of having these 0.5 consoles just being released and sold on the holiday season. Because let's be honest, if Sony was going to announce it and they wanted it to go with the PlayStation VR, they would go put it on Christmas. So I feel Microsoft would do the same. I don't think they would let Sony just have an entire year of a more powerful console, because the thing is, the fanboy war's already going. This would not help it with the upgradable hardware. But I feel the thing is, with the PlayStation 1, it was one or the other. With this, if there's different things like a RAM upgrade or whatever, it may be messy, I don't know. It would be interesting to see, and I feel it would give the user more accessibility, but at the same time, it'd have to be in such a way where the base Xbox would have to be the minimum requirement, and then the rest of it is just an add-on. But anyway, tell me what you think down below. I'm not too bothered with the whole Xbox thing. I think it's interesting, and obviously if there's a lot of rumours and speculation about Sony doing it, obviously Microsoft are going to go respond. They're not just going to let Sony make a more powerful console on top of that. So tell me what you think down below. Comment. Like the video if you liked it, dislike if you didn't like it. Subscribe to the channel. It really does help me and Doris out. Check out the Facebook and check out the Instagram for daily updates. And ultimately, guys, as I always say, have a nice day.